Say hello. Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we're at Buttonwillow, and the last time we were here, the topic of conversation was, am I going to sub 2? Well, I'm happy to report that I already did, and I'm actually consistently doing so. So, sub 2, super exciting to even be here and to finally achieve it, and not just by not a 59, but like a 57 with an optimal time of like 56.2. Let's check the data and see, why I was able to gain so much time. One of the changes that I made that helped me out is the sway bars. I added stiffer sway bars to the front and the rear. So I added stiffer sway bars on the front and stiffer sway bars on the rear. So I'm gonna go back to my house and we're gonna see how I was able to gain so much time. I have the same exact tires I was on last time, but the only two things that changed were I got slightly wider tires in the rear. I changed sway bars front and rear and front brakes. So it's been a few weeks, we're back home. Here you can see the optimal lap time of the sub 2 lap, which is 56.4, and the optimal lap time of my previous time I was here, which is 59.7. There's a lot going on here, but the speed, acceleration, corner, and time is fairly obvious. Acceleration is showing my braking and acceleration, and then corner is showing the corner G's. And we're just going to focus on the big deltas here today. So this is a big speed gap, and this is a big speed gap. I had similar tires here, but they weren't quite the same. I had bigger rear tires in the faster lap time, but the front tires were the exact same. And I also had new front brake system, although that basically had zero effect, and you can see that because I didn't really brake better with the new brake kit. Finally, we have the sway bars, and I think the sway bars are what made a lot of the difference in most of these corners. So starting off with this corner over here, this complex sequence over here, this is one of my complaints when I was here last, and I remember trying to turn right quickly, and a lot of the times I would have to back off the accelerator because I wasn't confident that I could actually make it through the corner. This corner needs you to very quickly turn right and then turn left. With the sway bars, it really lets me make that quick transition between left and right without braking and without waiting for the car to settle. Now, faster drivers or professional drivers could certainly get this done without using the sway bar. But I think what it does for me is just gives me the feeling I need in the car to be able to tell when the weight transfer has transferred to the other side, so I can flick my wrist and turn. So moving on to the next place that I'm gaining time. Over here you can see that the speed does not drop in the whites, but it drops in the blue, and that's showing that I'm not slowing down versus in the past when I would always lift to get through this hump. We're noticing that a lot of these big gains are happening in the high-speed corners. I know generally high-speed corners are something I need to work on. A lot of these gains are happening when I'm going 98, 95 miles an hour. Here it's 100, here it's 107. So the C8 as a car drives well at high speed, but when you're turning, it's a bit sketchy because the engine's at the back, and so the back starts to feel a bit floaty. And I think that's where sway bars really help here. Finally, come to the S's, you can see that I carry a lot more speed here, and this is where I've always known I could go a bit faster. In the past, I was always lifting or really aggressively using the curbs, and I think here the sway bars are really helping with stability when I'm turning at high speed. And you can imagine when you're going over 100 miles an hour, you don't want to be making quick transitions, but the S's at Buttonwillow really require you to make quick transitions with your steering wheel, but smooth, of course, in order to gain time. I remember driving this and feeling fear, which, of course is fine when you're driving stuff like this, but I also just remember telling myself, press the accelerator, didn't let go, and the first time I made it through, it obviously signaled that I can do it again, so I kept doing it and it kept working. So TLDR, it's basically showing us that every time I need to make a high speed transition, the sway bars really come into play. All right, so this is bonus content, but this is my best lap from the previous time I was here and this time I was here, and you can see that the biggest gains are happening at the bus stop, which is this corner over here, where I'm carrying 14 miles an hour more through a corner, which is incredible. And same thing here, where I'm carrying about 8 miles an hour more. And then, as we already discussed through the S's, just a big delta, 89 versus 107. That's a lot of miles per hour. Yes, my car.
Okay, you want me to start now?
Hit that like and subscribe.
Yeah.
The brakes felt amazing. Probably the best brakes I've felt in a long time. Maybe ever. The car was fast, it was stable, no brake dive, not a lot of roll, probably because of the roll bars.
How about my driving? Anything you want to critique?
I'm just kidding.
I didn't even flinch.
Obi's a great driver.
Am I?
I think traction control is limiting you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think so too. So
Yeah, I feel like you're like reaching the limit of what traction control can do for you.
okay.
So I guess that's the next step.
Cool. All right.
Other
Thank
than
you.
that, it's a great car.
It's been a long